This is Demia Avery with the Demia Avery Show, the industry, the show that helps actors and entertainment professionals get the real deal from people who actually work in the business. Every episode is designed to give you honest advice, insider knowledge, and practical tips to help you navigate and grow your career. Now, today we have a very special guest, but before we get to that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to the channel. Turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode. Now, again, our guest today, and listen, I believe in giving people their flowers, so I always have these intros. So I want to make sure that we do her correctly. Today's guest has worked on projects for CBS, ABC, Netflix, Marvel, and the Metropolitan Opera. She's been a part of the casting process for productions including Tommy, Emergence, Ivy and Bean, Hawkeye, and more. She began her casting career as a freelancer in New York City, where alongside respected casting professionals, including Mark Hirschfield, Kathleen Chopin, Stuart Whitley, and CBS before joining one of Southeast's most respected casting companies. And today she's a casting associate with Feldstein Paris, the powerhouse casting office behind acclaimed productions like Stranger Things, Ozark, Atlanta, and so much more. Please help me, the fabulous Tasha Ward. Welcome.
My gosh, what an intro. Thank you for hyping me up. I need to bring you everywhere with me.
Oh, you are so welcome. Now, listen, Tasha, I need you to be honest on this first question. When people find out that you're in casting, right?
Uh-huh.
What's the first question they always ask you?
Well, funny thing is some people don't know what casting is. So
Okay.
some people will be like, what is that?
Hmm.
And they'll think casting as in um like a factory, like casting for like a factory worker. And then
Okay.
I'll be like, oh, like the things that you watch on TV and film, I hire the actors that are in there. So sometimes I'll have to explain what I do. And then
Hmm.
sometimes if they already know what that is,
Hmm.
yeah, I can
Yeah.
they'll either like it or they don't.
So say if you're out on the street and then someone that says, "Oh, what do you do?" and then you say, "I'm in casting," and they actually know what it is. Do they automatically start whipping out their resume or telling you all the things that they can do and things like that? Do you get that a lot?
Sometimes you'll see a light switch behind the eye. And like, if you ever need someone that's just like me, come find me. So
I love
yeah.
it. I love it. Now you started in New York and now you're casting some huge projects in the Southeast in Atlanta. Was there ever a moment where you thought, "Wow, I'm actually doing this. This is actually my life." Do you ever feel that?
Yeah, it really didn't hit until I moved back. I was living in New York. The
Mhm.
pandemic was happening. A lot of work was shifting from in the office to remote at home and, taking self-tape. So that was a big shift for me. And I was moving. I was like, I don't have to stay in New York to do this. I can move back home in Florida. I'm from Florida, born and raised. So I was like, I got family there. Let me just go back since everything's remote. Let me just go back home.
Yeah.
And that was the first year that I was connected with Feldstein Paris casting and moving home. And the first project that I was working on with them was Black Panther. So it was just like big project, pandemic,
Yeah.
moving back home. What is life? Like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. But like, it's just all aligning. I was like, this is really cool.
I
This is
love
really
that.
cool.
Yeah. Now, okay, let's settle the debate. Okay. Actors swear casting offices have some secret checklist that they're being judged on. Do y'all really have this casting superpowers, or are we making this more complicated than it actually
A
is?
checking list for what? What am I checking?
Yeah, so when they go in for these auditions, they're like, okay, I know they're thinking I'm doing this. And I guess that's why they get so nervous when they come in because they automatically assume that you all have these, okay, does she have this? Does she have that? Does she have this? Do you have that or are you just looking for that person that can wow you? You know what I mean?
I mean, there's always an idea.
Mhm.
There's, a breakdown in a character description for a reason. So there's always, a broad, um, of what we're looking for. But as far as performance, that's, you know, part of the art of acting and, them presenting their own choices and their own spin on that. We're here for to see all of that, to see a character being brought to life.
Yeah.
So whatever you've got, bring it.
So do you ever get like say for instance if you're casting for a specific role and
Yeah.
you know what that role is supposed to encompass, but somebody comes in and they do something totally or you get something totally different from what you thought you were going to get, but you were just sitting there like, wow, maybe maybe we should still use this person because it's not what we asked for, but we didn't even know we wanted it.
Yeah, and those are always great moments to have.
Mhm.
Um, Bringing something new to the table that was unexpected.
Mhm.
Um, and as long as it fits within the world and the realm of the production, then yes, go for it, A plus plus.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for just making a choice or making something that is unexpected, making it interesting,
Mhm.
and that's always eye-catching.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? Speaking of interesting, have you ever watched a self-tape and within the first 10 seconds you thought, "Oh yeah, this person is very interesting." What was it?
Yeah, there's just always a you can tell immediately when someone's connected to
Hmm.
a piece, and there's an energy, there's an air, there's an aura, there's a delivery that um is just magnetic, and you can catch that pretty quickly within watching
Yeah.
first seconds of a tape.
Now, on the flip side, now what's something that you would say the actors do all the time that makes you lovingly say, "Please don't do that."
Um, please don't do that. I don't know. Just I would say doubting. Never don't doubt yourself.
Yeah.
We've you got the audition for a reason, and to own your craft, own who you are as a person, and do the dang thing. Be prepared and don't doubt yourself. Just go for it.
Yeah. Now we all know that many actors they overthink a lot of things. So this may be the same answer, but what would you say like one thing that actors spend way too much time worrying about that nobody in the casting office is actually, they're actually thinking about?
Um, what would they overthink? Um, Probably like slip ups. Sometimes, if there's like a little blurb, it's not the end of the day.
Mhm.
You can sometimes slip ups, I don't even notice that there's a slip up. And the fact that they stopped and said, "Oh, I messed up,"
Right.
then I catch it.
Yeah.
But people, we're human and we're not perfect, and we may slip up, trip up, but you just push forward, move forward.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because even with me doing like interviews and things like that,
Yeah.
sometimes I like the slip ups because that brings out the authentic you.
Correct.
So and if you're trying to get in there and you're trying to be all perfect and stuff, it's gonna mess all up anyway. So you might as well just do it.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so without getting anybody in trouble, what's one of the funniest things you've ever seen happen during an audition or a self-tape?
Oh, wow. The funniest thing? I don't know, just sometimes with comedic shows or films, they're more at liberty to accept improv. So moments when we encourage improv,
Yeah.
you see some people just take it and run with it,
Hmm.
and seeing some of their creativity is really cool.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
bet we have a actor at the Avery Agency. Well, we have several, but it's one in particular. He he's always going all off the rails, but it's always funny no matter what he does, and it's always good. So again, just be yourself. Now,
Yes, for
you worked on everything from Marvel to Netflix to network television. Do you ever have moments when you're watching something like at home and casually think, I helped cast that? Does it ever stop being surreal for you?
It honestly never does. It's just so cool to be able to be a part of these productions, no matter how small or how big. And it's just an awe to see me be able to be like, hey mom, hey brother, do you want to go to the movies to see a film that I worked on? Or like let's watch some TV, and I worked on this television show. Like it's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever get used to it, but it's really cool. It's cool what we do.
Yeah. I know, I know. Now, have you ever fought for an actor? And I get that question, like if I'm talking like in a forum or something like that, and they always want to know, even though this part wasn't so and so, I wonder if the casting agent ever fights for me to get that role. How do you? How
Yeah,
do,
there's been a couple of instances where you can advocate for, or that I've been a part of a room where we've advocated for someone. And it can come down to you know, vouching for their experience, vouching for their character. Like these are solid people that you can really depend on working on set, and having their resume speak for themselves.
Mhm.
Yeah, so there has been times for sure.
Yeah, yeah. How
Not,
important?
I mean, not like a lot of times, but if there's like a toss up or if there's a question,
Mhm.
there could be a time where you can advocate for someone and vouch for them for their character or their experience. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, how important, and I heard you mention this earlier, how important is being prepared for the audition? I mean, does that really, like, if a person is a really good actor and you've seen them before, but, they somehow are not prepared on this day, does that count
Mhm.
against them, or how do you guys deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, you always being prepared is it's key. It's it's not just an actor thing, it's a life thing. In life, you just have to be prepared.
Yeah,
So I would, equate that from being life and into acting as well.
yeah,
Um, just knowing for auditions, it's not required for you to be off book, but to be familiar with what you're auditioning with. And um, just being I can't reiterate enough, just being prepared, knowing who the character is, or knowing what you're saying, what you're doing,
yeah.
um panning out beats, just the whole actor process, just being prepared and being familiar with all of that is key.
You know what? And this is a question I just thought about. I mean, I had questions that I definitely wanted to ask, but I know that a lot of times the agent will tell the actor, especially a new actor that's come aboard, how that particular casting agent wants their material submitted.
Okay, yeah.
If it's not submitted in that way, do you all really look at how things are being submitted to you? Because I I know the answer, but I really want you to I really want to let people know, the actors, to know that it is very important on how they should submit and submit the way that you as the casting agency would like for them to.
Absolutely. Read those instructions, baby. It is, it's important. It'll make your life easier, our life easier. Just read those instructions. I know it's long, they can be lengthy at times, but I guarantee you it has all the information that is needed to prepare you for success.
Yeah.
Um, so read all of those. Because sometimes if it's not presented in a certain way, we miss it and we'll have to go back and ask for certain things, and sometimes it's timely and sometimes we may not get it in time, and we just want to make sure that everyone is given enough time and the right opportunity. So it's just important to follow those instructions.
Absolutely. Now, how do you guys feel about props? When people come in and they have all these different props, how do you guys feel about that?
I'm on the, our instructions say, you don't have to use props.
Hmm.
I'm my rule of thumb for props and chairs and all of those things is if it's not moving the scene forward or if it's distracting, there's no need for it.
Hmm. Hmm.
But if it benefits the scene and is not distracting, then we're okay to use the prop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. My example, there was an audition. Um, I started off in theater. So when I was casting for, I don't even remember what show it was. But the actor was like, "Can I use a chair?" And I was like, "Absolutely, you can use a chair." They pull out a chair. They sit in the chair, they start their monologue, they stand up, start the monologue, and then just never use the chair after that. So, like, you really did not need to use that
Right.
chair.
And now
So,
you have an empty chair just sitting in the middle, just sitting.
right, like you just wanted to start off in the chair and
Right.
never acknowledged it after that. That's my like memory of using props, using chairs.
Hmm.
Like if you're gonna use it,
Right.
have a purpose for it.
Is that your pet peeve?
Um, I wouldn't say it's a pet peeve, but just something if you're gonna do something, use a prop,
Hmm.
have it be have it be useful and not really distracting.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel? Say, for example, a lot of times the agent has agents and managers talk with their talent about keeping their headshots current. So, say for example, how does it even feel to, okay, when you guys start selecting people that you may consider to audition, and this person may have curly black hair and that fits everything. So, everything that you're looking for that particular role. But when they come in for the audition, do you think that they should come in as the role as looking like their headshot, or does it even matter if they came in with blonde hair this time? Does that blow their whole audition for you, or do you kind of have to try to imagine what they look like with this other hair?
Yeah, that's an ongoing question. I feel that um as long as the headshot is recent and it actually looks like you, hair can be interchangeable. As long as, the headshot's not 5 year, 10 years ago and you don't look like that anymore, I think there's some leeway as far as hairstyles. I will say the only thing that it may come into play is when you audition with your hair one way
Mhm.
and upon hire it's completely different. So
Okay.
when you are auditioning and you make that submission, they may fall in love with that hairstyle, that hair color,
Mhm.
um, and may want that for, upon hire. So
Yeah.
just be mindful of what you did when you did that self-tape.
Right. That's what we hired you for. I don't know what this
Right.
is when you're showing up with, but that's what we
Yeah.
hired for. Now, I do have a question. Say, for example, if a talent, I get this question sometimes. Say for you, a talent audition for you, and they were waiting for their agent to come back to say yay or nay, or have they reached out to you or anything like that. Have you ever had a situation where the talent actually contacted you or the agency, the casting agency themselves, to find out what the outcome is, and if so, how do you guys deal with that?
Ooh, ooh. I've had a few actors. That was small instances where if we did an outreach
Mhm,
for like a niche role, and we reached out to the community for self-submission,
mhm,
they'll have my email address or our submission email address,
mhm,
and they'll reach out for feedback. Um, and sometimes I'll for anyone that submits, like if we're doing an outreach,
mhm,
I'll have a list of who we ended up getting self tapes from. And as a group, I'll blast of, where we are in the casting process, and I'll
mhm.
let them know how it goes either way.
Yeah.
That's really the only instance that I have for someone, not having any representation reaching out for feedback.
Mhm.
Um, Other than that, usually it's pretty standard with agents reaching out if they want feedback or not.
But if they do have an agent and they decide that they want to reach out, because I've
That's
heard,
never happened to me.
I've heard of people wanting to do that. Say, well, well, should I reach out to them? And of course, as the agent, we're like, absolutely not,
Right.
because but if there have been people saying, well, why shouldn't I be allowed to do that? So I didn't know how would, I guess that would make you feel as the casting agent, or, what would be your response, you think?
If an actor I wouldn't say overstepped, but if they spoke for themselves instead of their agent, how I would feel about that? I mean, I don't know how I would feel about it since it's
Yeah.
never
It's
happened
never
before.
happened.
It's never happened to me before. So I'm like, what would I do in that situation? I
Yeah.
mean, if I had feedback to give, I would give the feedback.
Mhm.
But
That,
I don't think I would be like, oh my goodness, Joe Schmo just emailed me personally, never getting an audition ever again. I'm
hmm
not that type of person, but someone may be rubbed the wrong way. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a gamble.
it's always a personal, it's different for each casting director,
Yeah.
each it's different for each office. So Tasha Ward, if I was an actor, I would try to keep it as kosher, as professional as possible. Just like I know if I've had multiple times where actors have self-submitted when we've done outreach, some actors have self-submitted who are reps already, and
Okay.
we give them an audition, and I know I need to reach out to their agent to be like, hey, they self-submitted, um and they're taping for us. So if we need anything else from them, we're going to reach out to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I would think that it would, like you said, it would be different for different casting directors, because you don't know who you're working with and how they're going to feel when you
correct.
do that. You might have someone, like you said, it may not be, it's never happened to you, so you may be very kind in that instance, but you also may have a casting director and be like, well, if you have an agent, why are you emailing me?
Yeah.
And it could be just like, well, that's not your job to do, so let your agent or manager or whomever do their job. So I'm just probably just going to go with, you guys don't do that. Don't do that because at the end of the day, if you do have an agent, they're the ones that's going to have to negotiate everything.
Correct.
So if you're already saying certain things, they have to go back and try to fix something if you said something that was incorrect or not appropriate or any of that. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Awesome. Awesome. Now,
100%.
I need you to finish this sentence and then we're going to go into something really fun. I
Okay.
wish every actor knew that blank.
That we're rooting for you.
Oh.
Like we're all rooting for you. We don't watch tapes and have have auditions to say no. We
Mhm.
want to say yes. We want you to end our search. We want you to be the one. So we were always rooting for you.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna play a little game,
I'm
and
nervous.
it's called Would You Rather, and
Okay.
it's kind of like a rapid fire thing. So you can't think too long about it. You can just
Okay.
kind of have to give the answer. So you ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather cast a superhero movie or a romantic comedy?
A romantic comedy.
Would you rather watch 500 self-tapes or sit in traffic for 3 hours?
500 self-tapes.
Would you rather accidentally send an email to the wrong actor or spill coffee on your keyboard during callback?
Oh no. Um, Send the wrong email. It's a cheaper route.
But cheap around. Would
Yes.
you rather work on a huge blockbuster or an award-winning indie film?
Award-winning indie film.
Hmm. Would you rather work on a project with an amazing script and no budget or a huge budget with a script that needs a little help?
Amazing script.
Okay. Would you rather watch 1,000 self-tapes in a day or answer 1,000 actor emails?
Give me those emails.
Would you rather know every actor's name instantly or never forget a face again?
Well, I always remember a face, so I'll take the former. So I'll remember the name.
All right, last question. Would you rather cast the next Marvel blockbuster or discover the next big unknown actor before anyone else?
I'm gonna discover them, baby. Yes, let me discover.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for playing the game. Now, is there anybody I know people over there at Feldstein Paris are probably watching. Is there anybody you want to shout out to or
We're
any?
watching.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to I don't know who to shout out to.
Well, tell everybody there, over there, hello, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. Chase, Tara, hey, we're doing the dang thing. You guys are wonderful. Um, and to all the actors out there or anyone new to the industry, new to this page, new to this world, welcome. Hello. Yes.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And look, prepare for the ride, prepare for the journey, right?
Yes, it's the journey. Yes.
Hmm. Awesome. Well, Tasha, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciated you so much for sharing your knowledge and giving our audience a kind of behind the scenes look at a casting process in a fun way. And
Yeah.
thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for the Demia Avery Show, the industry. Until next time, I see you, we see you, and it's great to be seen. Talk to you guys later.
Got a dream, come closer. If you wanna shine, come over.